Welcome back to Once Upon a Sister.
I'm Faith.
I'm Rosalie.
And we're your hosts.
And this week is our book club of the month episode. And this is like, I was thinking about how excited I am for this. I'm like as excited as when we did Fearless.
Yeah.
Like I just want to talk about it.
Yeah.
And go through everything.
I feel like I just finished it last night, but I was like, my pregnancy brain, like I feel like I can't even remember already. Like
I can remember. I remember like the major plots that happen at the end are still so in my mind. But anyways, before we dive into that, have you been reading anything?
Well, I just finished that last night. I wanted to start something else today, but I haven't, nothing's available.
Are you not doing Daisy Hates anymore?
I am. I'm like 50% through the book. It's just not holding my attention. Like, I don't know why. Like, I can't get into it the same way I was with Magnolia Park. So I'm not not continuing it. I'm just going very slow. But right before I read this one, Accomplice the Villain, I finished The Lost Letter by Rebecca Yarros. And if you saw my Instagram story, I sobbed. My face was swollen from sobbing so hard. Like, my eyeballs, when I woke up, my eyelids hurt. Like, you know when you cry?
I just can't even think of what's going on in there.
And then, yeah, I don't know how to...
I mean, I don't really want to know. I just want to go in as blind as possible.
Yeah. That's what, I don't know how to say this without... I don't want it to give anything away, but people were like... Because it's an emotional book. Like, someone was like, you read this while pregnant? And I was like, I didn't know everything that was... I know I'm a crier, but I didn't know if that book was going to make me cry.
You don't cry to books. So you probably...
Yeah, so I was like... But... I was telling my husband about it the next day, and as I was talking to him about the book, I was crying again, and he was like, it's not real life, and I was like, I know, but it's so
still
sad.
Emotional.
I was just and if you look at the reviews, one girl gave it 1 star and she was like, there was no need for this much emotional trauma. It's just very if you read the book, she knows I went into it blind. All I knew was it's going to be something about the military. But that's not even
a glimpse into it.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you anything about what it's about. So, but yeah, that successfully made me cry. So if you're like me and you're always like, but man, books don't make me cry, that one did it. That one.
Yeah.
I was literally I kept having to I was and then I had to put the book down and I would look into the sky what the heck, and then I would go back to reading. It was rough.
How do you come up with all those tragic things to write about?
No, I'm okay, so I will say reading that made me scared for what she's going to do in Fourth Wing. Because if she's willing to do what she did in this book, I'm what is she going to do in Fourth Wing? I'm so nervous. Scared.
I feel like we
she's
haven't
ruthless.
Really read a fantasy yet where the author has been so bold with
yeah.
Because every time you read a fantasy, they're in death situations, things are going wrong, but you always know that
your mains are
gonna stay. It might be a side character that's loved, but they're not gonna impact the story and they die. And
have you seen people compare Xaden to Anakin? You don't know anything about Star Wars,
no,
really, but
literally no. But it's so funny because last night I was trying to go to bed and then I got a Raylo edit on my For You page and I was like, this is the best edit I've ever seen. And I just sat there and watched it over and over and over, and I was like, okay, I need to watch the movies. I have seen the first of the new Star Wars, but
the original.
I know, but I'm talking about Raylo, the enemies to lovers, and then I started watching all the edits of them that people post on TikTok. I'm like, okay, now I really want to watch the movies, but I want to start in the beginning because I know there's stuff with Anakin, I don't even know his story.
Yeah, it's basically anything. He grew.
Well, I don't want to know.
It's the oldest movies ever.
Okay, but I don't know, so I don't want to get spoiled. What?
It's not it's so old. It's not,
I don't know anything. I know he turns evil, but I don't know anything about how he turns evil.
Do you know anything about Luke and Leia?
I know that they're his kids, but I don't know exactly what happens and how they're separated or
So he has kids with someone. So that's the whole thing is he was in a relationship.
Yeah, I know. I've seen edits of him and
Padme,
but I just don't actually know what's going on. So I don't want you to tell me, especially because literally last night I was watching edits and I'm okay, I'm ready to watch these movies.
She's in her Star Wars era now. It's but anyway, all that to say, I've seen people would be is Xaden gonna be Anakin or whatever? And they're like, no, like, is it gonna be like the downfall? And she's responded to comments saying like no or whatever, but like not.
Be lying.
I'm like, I feel like she's a liar. Also, sorry, real quick, you know how in Fourth Wing and Iron Flame and Onyx Storm, she always says, I'm not gonna say the whole thing because I'm not gonna curse, but she says, I'm well effing aware.
Oh.
You know how like her, like Xaden and Violet are constantly like, or I'm well the F aware. Like they always say that. It always stands out to me because they say it all the time. Like, and in this book, like the character said, I'm well aware like 7 times. I was like, you Rebecca Yarros, do you say that in your day-to-day life? Because why do your characters say it all the time? It's like a thing. Like if you look it up on TikTok, edits come up with it because people like post.
I feel like every author has their things. Like
you know how people do like the edits where it's like one page or like one word in a book.
One word over and
people
over.
People have done that with. She always says it.
Why do I not remember that? I don't know.
It always stands out to me because it's annoying. Like it just.
You get annoyed by it?
Yeah, the way they say it. Like it's, it's not just me. I know other people get annoyed by it too. Anyway, what have you been reading?
Okay, well, I am like on 90% through.
Oh, well, you're like actually.
No, I'm like at the end through The Blood Trader, which is the 3rd in the Prison Healer. The 2nd one was so good. I think I talked about that last week. And this one is so good. Like I only rated the first 2 4 stars, but I'm already like, this one's gonna be a 5-star.
Oh, really?
Just something about the way.
Book?
I know something about the way she's written it and like the settings that we're going through and the like journey. I don't know, something about it. And like, I don't know, it's so good. I'm enjoying it so much. And I'm really scared because like I'm just in the thick of like battle basically, and something really scary just happened on the audiobook on my way here, and I was like crying in the car. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm just like, no, like I can't deal with this, but I'm really enjoying it. And then I got so like when you're really enjoying a book by an author, like I do this, I'll immediately go to their Goodreads and like see if they have anything else. Mm-hmm. And she doesn't, like she has a couple of older books, and I was like, I need more, like I need to be able to read more books by you. But then I looked at her Instagram, and I guess she has a book coming out on my birthday next year, so hopefully that's something that I'll like, because I don't know, I'm like loving this book. Like I don't know, it's just a really good wrap up. Also, it's very interesting because I know you haven't read past the first book, but like each book has such a distinct feel. Like I was thinking back to The Prison Healer, and like the setting that we're in that is such a distinct feeling, and then where we were at in the Gilded Cage like feels so different, and then now this, but like they all are still cohesive, even though each book really is like its own book. I don't know, it's just so good, and I wish I could talk about it, but nobody's read it.
I'll probably pick those up. My Gilded Cage is about to be available,
so yeah, it's a really good trilogy, so I'm excited. And then after that, I am potentially picking up Harry Potter.
Yeah, neither of us have ever read Harry Potter. I've never even watched. Okay, so we were like the classic Christian kids that like Harry Potter is evil or whatever. And I'm like, now that we're like, I even asked my mom, she was like, meh. Now that we're like, it's been so long, I'm like, why was it so?
I feel like it was like one of those stigmas. Like,
it's like, it just started and the whole entire community latched on and hated it. And I'm like,
nobody like did their own research and made their own opinion. It was just like, oh, this is hated. Okay, let's hate it.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm going to give it a try, see how I feel. So we were probably going to do like an episode or two talking about like, because what I want to do is like, I want to read each, I don't know, should I wait to watch all the movies until I'm done with all the books, or should I read a book, watch a movie, read a book, watch a movie?
I feel like we can just read a book, watch a movie. I feel like
that would be so fun. Like to do.
Yeah, I know. So
I don't know. I'm really excited because I literally am going into it blind. I know nothing.
I'm excited. Like
I only know that one line. People always say it on TikTok.
When hate's free to make my move. No, Ron, no. What? He's going to sacrifice himself. I don't know all the line. Is that what you're talking about?
Like someone used it
the
as
Netflix profile.
They made their Netflix profile like the initials of it, like the first letter of each
word. Like they put the Ron picture and then what he says first, and then the Hermione and what she says. It was so funny. I don't know the exact like order of words, but like, I can't wait. I remember the movies like being so good. I just don't remember what happened like in each one.
I know nothing. So I'm excited to go into it like very blind. Only thing I know is like the 9 3/4 thing, like,
and I don't remember that at all. So
I always see people being like, oh, it's their 9 3/4 birthday. My son's 9 3/4 birthday. I'm so excited. I'm like, what does that mean?
I don't know. We'll see. Anyways.
Maybe I'm not quoting that correctly, but I always see people say like, and then it's like, what do they call it? What house are you?
I'm a Hufflepuff.
Whatever that means.
There's Gryffindor, Slytherin,
yeah, I know, but like I don't know.
Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw. I feel like you're gonna be.
How do you know what you are?
You can, once you read the books, I feel like it'll help, but like even just watching the movies, there's just distinct traits. And like Hufflepuffs tend to be more joyful and like go with the flow. Like I don't know. There's more to them. I can't remember all the things. But then there's also like a Harry Potter website.
It's like Zodiac Academy.
Similar. But there's a Harry Potter website where you can do like a test and it'll tell you. Well, so we can do that.
We've been talking for a long time about
Sorry, yeah, I know. We haven't gotten to talk, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, let's get into Accomplice to the Villain. Okay. Once again, this is your spoiler warning. If you have not read the first 2 books, or even this one, don't watch this because we're going to talk about everything that happens.
Yeah. I know. Our cousin texted like right before she was she like signed up for because she has it on hold, but it's like 20-week wait or something. Long. So then she signed up for a free trial of Audible so she could have access to it.
I know. I was trying to see if I could gift her because I saw one time someone said like if you own a book on the Kindle you can gift it to someone else.
Oh.
And like they take it and you don't have it, but I guess it's not true. So never mind.
Oh well.
But yeah, we're excited to talk about this. So, what did you rate it?
5 stars.
I know. Mine was, I was like going into it knowing it's going to be 5 stars.
So, yeah, right off the bat, like, I'll just say this was so fun. I just love the way she writes. I love how lighthearted everything is. And it was so fun to get different point of views. When the first chapter was Kingsley, I was like, what?
I know. I immediately had the biggest smile on my face. Like, what is going on?
And then in the Fable, like, because we have it, if you join our club on Fable, like, you can talk about each chapter. And so, like, my cousin Emily started it first, and then her, and, like, they had already written in it.
Yeah.
And so then after each chapter that I read, if I see that someone, like, commented in that chapter, I go click, and they were like, Kingsley, like, everyone was like.
It was so fun. Also because with Kingsley, like, obviously he's a frog. Yeah, he doesn't talk. We don't get anything from him but his little 2 words.
And like, that's what I wanted to say. Like, in the first book, we don't know right off the bat that he's like a person, right? We just think he's like, oh, a little frog with a sign. Like, it takes a while to know, right? Because I remember feeling differently about him because I was like, oh, he's just like the office frog. And then, like, once I realized he was like a whole person. But also, it was so fun that this book was like very Kingsley driven. Like, I wasn't expecting that.
Like, we actually got to.
Which I guess we could have figured that out from the cover probably because there's a lot of frog stuff going on.
Yeah. Also, like, the actual physical book, the chapters start with, like, him sitting on the chapter titles.
Oh. And then, yeah, like, the original release has the green sprayed edges.
But no, I was so excited because, like, he's a frog. Obviously, we don't get to talk to him. But seeing...
Oh, his picture right there covered? I didn't notice that.
I didn't notice that.
In the top corner, if you have the book, it's his portrait, but it's covered. His face is covered.
Oh, like the portrait of him?
Yeah, like his portrait. Okay. Yeah, we need to do a little more research.
But anyways, I was so excited because like we actually get insight onto more of who he is. Because obviously we get his fun little quirkiness like with his signs, but like that's nothing.
I know. And once we started to realize that his like brain was disappearing or whatever, I was like, what?
I was so scared.
I was thinking like, man, how hard did the villain try? Like 10 years? Like 10 years is a long time. I would have been working on this every day until...
But like he did. He tried so hard in the beginning. I feel like you just have to...
Yeah, because that's
give up at some point.
Yeah.
Also, I can't remember what chapter it was in, but it was making me laugh so hard when it was... I can't remember what was happening, but we were in like Tristan's room and they talk about Kingsley's little bed like on the side. Like, obviously they were best friends in real life, but like y'all have to like stay in the same room and everything. Like, why are we so close to each other?
I know, it was kind of fun to see more of like their dynamic together.
Like, as the books go along, the more and more we get to know about Tristan, and like he opens up and like just lets loose a little
I just
more.
love how like nonchalant these books are. Like he's a whole villain, but like when he's talking, like all of his like
little quotes.
All of his little quotes, all the like vengeance that he wants. It gets all like very minor stuff. But then it's like, oh yeah, there's heads. Like, so he actually is killing people.
No,
but
literally.
like when we're hearing from him, he doesn't come across as like a whole villain. Like he comes across as just like an angry person or like, you know what I mean? Like a.
I know. Like I feel like you don't see much into that, but we finally did, like with that torture scene.
Yeah, I was like, oh. First little bit.
Also, Evie being so like
attracted to it.
No. I literally wrote it down somewhere. What was it? But
it was later
it was
on.
when
He
they
shoved
were in
someone.
the ship, and he shoved the guy off the boat. And the next chapter starts, and it's Evie, and she's like, "He just shoved someone off the boat for me."
Yeah.
Swoon.
Yeah. Also, like,
so
I love how in this book, like, Evie just goes like full doesn't care.
Like that's what with the torture scene. She just like went in there and she
no
face.
But but I mean, like in the previous books, like it was very much like, oh, hide her feelings.
Oh no,
like,
she's like
this book, she's fully like constantly teasing him, and like it was just really funny to read like her constantly like egging him on, and like he's like losing himself because he's like so in love with her.
What chapter was it? Chapter 66. I just want to read it again. Like I remember reading it and laughing out loud.
It's just so funny, like the way that they the like just the little quirks, like the part where what's her name, Rebecca or whatever. Does she go by Becky? Why am I forgetting?
She goes by Becky, but like Blade calls her Rebecca.
Okay, so the part where she's like, I love you. Okay, bye.
No.
And then he like shows back up and he's like passing out and he's like, I love you. Okay, bye. I was laughing so hard. I'm like,
oh, it was so good. No, the chapter where Evie says that, she's like, so it starts off with her saying something, and then it's in her head, and she's like, Evie had been reeling from what was surely the grandest, sweetest gesture she'd ever seen. He'd thrown a man overboard for her. Swoon.
I think this author does such a good job. Like
so
they're
good.
so fun.
I'm like so sad that like next, I'm pretty sure there is only one more, because at the very end of the book, I don't know if it was an audiobook or the Kindle, but like on the last page after the last chapter, she says, and we'll see you one last time.
Oh, okay.
So like I'm pretty sure it's only one more book. But
I'm honestly so excited to see what she does after this too.
I am,
because
if she stays in the same realm, I just love these books. They're so funny. Like, oh, so good.
I love her writing style. I love how she like. Oh, there was one part that I was reading last night. I said, "Oh my god, I need to start annotating."
We need to start writing the quotes down.
Yeah, because there was one thing that she said that just like made me laugh. Like the way that she writes. Oh, I can't remember. I don't know if I wrote it in the fable or not, but she just makes she has a way to like make everything like lighthearted.
Yeah.
But not like unserious.
Also,
like,
I feel like now with this book I really got it. Like, you know how you compared it to The Office sometimes?
well, that's
like,
what people said when. That's why
oh,
I
okay.
never really
Well,
thought that.
Well, just
but,
from the clips I've seen, I haven't seen the show, but like the cut and dry, like
oh yeah,
off-liner humors or one-liners, like that is so Tristan. Like just the random things he says that are like so funny, but it's just so like you in the book he's just like
it's
straight
nonchalant.
face, no, like
That's what I think people, because that's when I first picked it up. It was because Mercedes on Book Talk recommended it, and she was saying that people compared it to The Office mixed with what was it? What was the other thing? Like it was just like a fantasy mixed with The Office or whatever. And the reason they said that is because it's like a workplace.
Yeah, I guess that, but just like that cut dry.
Yeah, in the like book itself, with like it was so fun to get different points of view as far as like Gideon and then Becky and then what's it called, Kingsley. Was there anybody else?
We got Blade.
It was also fun how everyone started with like the back at the manor or whatever. Like,
no, that was so. Every time I read that, like I felt like I was watching a show.
Yeah, like back at the manor.
Meanwhile, back at the manor. We also got Claire's point of view.
That's right. Yeah,
we didn't get Tatiana, which is so
much
interesting. Like I don't know, why didn't we get Tatiana, but we got Claire.
I don't know.
But we got Blade and Becky. I don't know. Also, another thing, like all the culmination of the romances, like we were getting Evie and
so
Tristan,
many relationships
and then we were
were
getting
forming.
Blade and Becky finally coming together, and then we had
Gideon and
Keely
or
and Gideon, which I loved that little
in
that chapter where him and her are having a conversation. Like, they're outside. I can't remember exactly what they're doing, but he basically reveals to her that he's just... Oh, he tells her that he saw the letters.
Mm-hmm.
And then so she's like, yeah, I know you've been suspicious that I'm the traitor. And so then Gideon's immediately, like, in his head is like, okay, she's the traitor. Like, and I remember reading it, too. I was like... And then she's like, I didn't say I was a traitor, though. I just said, I know you're suspicious of me.
Yeah.
Like, the little comical, but... Yeah, I didn't really think she was gonna be.
I wasn't sure. I don't feel like did we even know Marv? Like, did we ever hear from him before?
I feel like barely.
I don't recognize
I feel like
the
he
name.
was just randomly mentioned.
I feel like there was so much going on in this book because there were so many different character POVs.
But I do feel like it was a long, drawn out, and then everything at the end was like...
Okay, so when Gideon like walks into the manor or whatever, and he can tell something's going on, like it's under attack, and then his like mom hits him on the back of the head. I was like,
oh no, I was like,
this mother.
Are you serious?
I literally was like, I'm so done with her. Like, I was so frustrated. I was like, why do Evie and Tristan both have the worst moms? Like,
no, I know.
Like, I just feel so bad for Evie, like, the whole time. Like, she's just constantly, like, desperate for a mother, like, an actual mother.
Yeah.
And then...
The scene where they were on Tatiana's dad's boat, and, like, she was getting emotional over how he, like, loved the whole group, and, like, immediately pulled her in.
Yeah.
Like, I know that wasn't a mother, but
just
like,
having, like,
doesn't have that from either.
She doesn't have it at all.
I know that her mother's not technically, like, all bad. Like, we don't really know.
But I think it's, like, because the way that she said stuff, like, her mom always, like, blew up. So she was, like, basically walking on eggshells her whole life. So...
Yeah.
Like, that's what, like, when she was finally honest with her about something, like, she, like, exploded or whatever. I'm like, geez. Like, this is so rough for her.
Oh, speaking of that, when she explodes, and then, like, Lissa almost gets hurt, and Keely, like, runs to protect her.
Yeah.
And then when, she's, like, getting healed, and they're like, okay, well, we gotta cut your hair off, because, look, it's burnt. And then she's like, don't cut my hair, like, don't.
Yeah, I was like...
I know. And then later, when it gets revealed that, like, she would get her hair cut off for her punishment, I was like, this is so sad. Can any of these people have a normal life that's not...
I always think about that because we knew somebody who that was her punishment. Yeah, we used to know somebody who, like, that was her punishment, was, like, had to get haircuts.
I feel like, especially as a girl, like...
I know.
Just let us
I remember my mom told me when I was little, I was like, not me right now. I was like, jeez. Like... I know, that's so hard. Like, that's so sad. Also, like, when people are controlling over haircuts, like, you can't, like, when mom's like, oh, you can't grow your hair out, you can't do this. Or, like, I'm like, let the person have
let the kid
their
do
head.
what they want.
Like, it's like...
It's just hair. But, yeah. I feel like we can just kind of dive right into the end. Like, so many things were happening.
Yeah.
So I will say, the whole time... Wait, no. I'm sorry. I'm getting this confused with the blood traitor.
Okay, wait. Can I say something real quick before we go to the end? I thought it was fun how we were getting, like, little pieces of, like, random... Different, like... what's the word I'm looking for? Settings. Like, when they were in that guy's... I can't remember his name. House, like, up in the sky or whatever.
Oh, Lord Fowler?
Yeah.
That was so
random, but so funny. Like,
so random.
Like, they were like, oh, we're in the sky. And, like...
The visuals, too. Like, when Evie and Tristan are in the hot air balloon and he, like, pops up and, like... And then he pushes out and floats. I'm like, what is going on? That was, like... so... That felt like...
They're just
very comical.
Yeah, very comical. But I just thought it was so funny how he was like, oh, hey, now y'all have to stay and go attend my thing. And then they like,
and the way
he supplied the outfits and like the way he like knows that there's something going on between Evie and Tristan, so he's egging it on. Like, he makes her wear the outfit and like he's like he forces them to stay in the room.
So that was so funny. And then
also, I'm sorry, like, I know we don't do the spice stuff, but the like just the little parts where he's like, God, she's constantly like, I'm gonna take a bath now, and he's like, dude, you're driving me.
So she's like, can you shut up and just do what you need to do? No, but I was telling Mom about, like, throughout this book, all the little scenes with him and Evie, and I was like, can we just get together and talk about it?
When they, like,
and then I finally get to that scene, and I'm like, yes, like, we're gonna do it. Like, not that, I mean, like, everything's gonna like happen. Like, we're gonna do it. Like, oh my God.
She means like we're gonna be together. We're gonna make it work. She doesn't mean we're gonna do it.
I mean, that they're finally gonna like admit their feelings.
Yes,
Anyways,
the confession.
they slightly do, but Evie being like, no, like I'm not gonna allow, like we can't be together if you're not gonna fully
committed.
commit.
Yeah,
Like,
which
you
I
need
like
to
that.
get, which I loved. Like she was like, you just need to get over it. Like the outside world's gonna be what it is. Like the prophecy's gonna be what it is. Like everything. Like you just need to get over it and choose me. So pick me.
I thought it was so funny how she was like, "Why is there a mirror on the ceiling?" And he's like dying inside because he just loves her. And then like when Claire and what's her name come in,
no, that was so
and she's
funny.
like, and it's like, oh, she looks for the closest mirror. It happens to be the one on the ceiling. And she's like, what can I do?
No,
That's why I love how everything just like so cut and dry. Like it's just
literally. And the way Evie will be like clueless, and then when she figures out, she's like, oh, huh. Like that's your reaction?
No. Like the way that she's just, but I feel like this book she really let loose. Like she really was like, okay, I'm gonna drive him crazy. Like it was just so funny. Like I don't know.
Like she's finally comfortable, even if they weren't quite there yet with their feelings. Like they've spent so much time together.
Yeah. All right. The camera shut off. The microphone shut off. We recorded this part like 4 times now. Okay. I was just saying that there was a part where like his age got kind of brought up, and then she was telling him that he like gave off 50, like I don't remember exactly how she worded it, and he was all like mad. She was like, he was like 50, and then we find out he's 29. I don't know how old I thought he was gonna be. I don't know.
I guess I just thought he was like
around
early 30s.
Yeah,
maybe.
I didn't know if I thought he was 30. I feel like I just never even considered his age. Like it didn't.
Like he's ageless.
Yeah, he's just like, you know, like in fantasy books when they're like 500, but they're still like what, 28 or something.
I saw this TikTok that this is show. I have no idea what it's about, but it's called K-pop Demon Hunters.
No, what is that? It's a movie, I think.
What?
It was. I saw someone watching it in the theater.
Everyone's obsessed with it, and I saw someone post about like people were like, "Why is this girl getting with this 500-year-old alien guy?" And then they were like, "Book talk girls," like, "Okay, whatever,
no big deal." No, that's funny.
Yeah,
but yeah, I was just saying before the camera and mic so rudely stopped was how it just casually got brought up. They're like on the boat, and she's like, "Oh, what a day! Way to spend my birthday."
No. Also, when that happened. And like she said it was her birthday, I was like, wait, did I miss her talk?
I know, I was like where was it?
When did we talk about it being her birthday? But I was like, I guess that was the point.
And then Tristan's like, is it not a big deal? And then he's like, you're the one that did this massive thing for Tatiana or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it made me so sad when she was like, nobody ever remembered my birthday, nobody cared. And I'm like,
it's so
sad. I can't remember exactly what happened, but they like traveled to okay, so at the dude's house, what's his name? Fowler. They got the magic wand, but then he was like, "Oh yeah, this doesn't work without the magic slippers." So then they had to go get those, but Tristan's mom had them. So then they started making their way to his mom's house. When they get there is when they
also, speaking of, when Kingsley like disappears and they're trying to chase him to it's like,
I know.
I'm like,
dude, can y'all put him in a cage at this point?
Like, I know, like the little ball and chain. I'm like, just put him in a freaking cage.
Like, why? This frog keeps getting away. But anyway, so they get there, and then it ends up being like the Winifred girl, Winnie or whatever, who's what's her name's daughter, the Enchantress's daughter. And I was like, first of all, she gives very cut and dry. Like she like, I don't know how to explain the way she was like very black and white with her personality. Did you notice that?
At first I was like, oh, she's so timid, and then it like kind of leaned more into her being so black and white.
Yeah, but that was interesting. I kind of wonder what's going to happen there. I have a slight inclination that something's going to happen with her and Kingsley.
I fully believe there will.
Yeah.
Because the whole time I was like, okay, I feel like they are going to get Kingsley back to a human, but where's his love interest? Because everyone has a love interest.
I think it's going to be her.
And then I was waiting, and then they introduced her, and it's like, okay, here we go. Like, this is it.
But so her, like them finding out that the whole time all Tristan needed to do was like go back home, which of course he wasn't going to do because his mom treats him like poo-poo. But
awful.
Dude, she's horrible.
And the fact that Arthur was still married to her, I was like, what is going on?
The way his dad, like a little teddy bear, so sweet, loves him constantly, reassuring him constantly, like, you're such a good son, you're so good, you're amazing, you're wonderful. And then his mom's like, get out of my life. Like
my awful kids don't love me.
I'm like, how are you married to that? Like, how are you okay with your wife treating the kids like that? But also, sorry, what happened to his brother again?
Malcolm?
Yeah.
I feel like last we heard, his bar got burnt down, and then he just like went off to do it again or something. I don't know.
I feel like I can't remember that guy. Like,
all I remember is that he had a bar and
it
got burnt down, and I don't like last we saw him, I think, was when he was squatting in Evie's house. like he was staying there because nobody was there.
Oh.
And Evie and Tristan go there to like find something, and that's when they have their first kiss. And then they run into Malcolm. And he
also, when they have like their first kiss in this book, I was like, finally.
I know, and
like,
then no.
Yeah, and then it was again no. But I was like, dude, all the tension. This author, she does so good with the tension.
Anyways, so they go to Tristan's mom house.
And then what happened?
Oh, okay. So basically, like, wasn't his mom getting onto Tristan for something, and then he like has an outburst, and he's like, "I love her."
Yes,
oh,
that's what it was. So he has like his outburst of like, "I love her," or whatever. And then she's like, "Me," and then I wrote down in the fable, I'm like, I was cracking up how Kingsley was like, finally, like Kingsley was waiting for this just as long as us.
He's been like the biggest one that observes it. He's always there.
He's always there, like during their little banter and stuff. So I thought it was so funny. Like Kingsley had the same thought of all the rest of us. Like, finally.
But also, I feel like she wrote that so well. Like I was expecting them to finally come together in this book, but I wasn't necessarily expecting like an outburst. But I feel like it was such a good scene of like. I don't know.
In front of like everybody.
As soon as he was like, "But I love her," I was like immediately smile on my face, and I was reading so fast, like ready to get down. But yeah, that was so good. And then obviously, Evie runs away, or no, he runs away.
Into
and then
she follows him.
No, I was so confused when it was like he hears someone behind him, and he turns around, and then he says like, "There's a knife to his throat," and like Evie says or the person says something. And I hadn't like looked at the next page, and I was like, "Who the heck is here trying to kill him?" Like right after this, and then the next page immediately was like, Evie lowered the knife, and I was like, "Oh,
Evie's attacking."
Really got me there.
Don't you dare run out on me! But yeah, I will say that even though this had like spice, which I feel like it wasn't really spicy. It was like, what would you say, like fade to black?
I feel like it was fade to black. Like it wasn't fully like descriptive.
Because like obviously. In order to skip, you have to skim. So I'm just like skimming past, and it was literally just like, and then we joined together. I think that's how it ended or whatever. And I was like, okay.
I never know what to describe those type of scenes because a lot of books do have them. Like they either have the immediate closed door or it's open and like they tell you everything. But this is like a different one where it's like it's more like they're describing emotionally what's happening.
Yeah.
And like they use very like loosely suggestive, like, and they join together. Like, obviously, we know what that means. Yeah. But, like, it wasn't full on spice.
But I will say I was happy that she did it that way, and it wasn't, like,
it's so nice, like, when we love an author, and then, like, that's not, like, I wasn't expecting her to write spice.
I wasn't expecting either.
I was glad she didn't. Like, it was very, very, I like how she did it.
And, like, and it was so quick, it was, like, you didn't even have to skim that much.
Like, just a little paragraph talking about, like, I don't know, like, obviously it's a huge emotional thing. Like, they've been denying their feelings for a while, and I don't know, I think it was really well done. But also, because whenever Tristan, like, finally yells he loves her, isn't Kingsley in his pocket?
I don't think he's in his pocket. They're just all in the mom's house.
Okay, because I had thought he was in his pocket. So him and Evie go off to that little house.
No, he was in Winifred's pocket.
Oh.
Right? Because she's the one that caught him, right?
I don't know, but for some reason I thought
he was in there, yeah.
I thought he was in Tristan's pocket. So, like, Tristan and Evie go to the house and they start...
and then there's
Kingsley, what
Kingsley like, witnessing.
You want to hop out or something?
But what was I going to say? It was something off of what you said a second ago. Oh, it was like right before the little bit of like whatever faded black started to happen. He like mentions her. He's like, just so you know, I've been obsessed with your thighs.
Literally just
I thought that was so funny. And she's like, you think about
oh yeah.
I thought it was so
like obviously had to add that little bit of humor in there.
Yeah.
But also I don't know. Even though like yes, we're talking about he thinks about her thighs. Like I felt like it was still a cute moment of like Tristan really cares for her and loves her and like thinks about her.
That's what he says multiple times is that he's like he thinks about like every part of her, not just her body, but like her personality, everything. Like he's obsessed with all of her, not just the idea of being with her or whatever. Which is, I feel like, nice.
A nice, not just like a lust-filled thing.
Okay, so after that, they like all go in the little carriage or whatever.
That thing was so funny. That's why this book is so good and so funny.
Fun. Like when they're like, "Are you holding hands?" Yes, we're holding hands or whatever. Like.
But also, like, when they're going to, I can't remember what it's called, but like Kingsley's castle, wherever. What did they call his little kingdom?
I can't remember.
I don't know. But
Lily pad something?
yeah, something. No, those were the.
Those were the knights.
The knights, which was so funny.
Yeah, I was like, Lily. Is that why he's a frog?
Anyways, when they're going, and who was in the driver's seat? It was
the dad, right? Arthur?
It was it?
Yeah.
So I'm so confused right now with the blood trader. Like, I can't.
Oh.
Anyways, so the dad or whoever was in the driver's seat, and they're like, yeah, you can totally go. Like, first of all, his whole little ploy about, like, he needs to. What did he say? Like, he needed to. Oh, like, something was going to smell. So he needed to, like, go and, like...
Oh, yeah.
Prepare for that. Anyways, they're like, okay, yeah, you can go, but, like, we'll just need to check the back real quick. And the way he, like, opens the door, and he was like, and they filed out. Like, just the image of him opening the front door and them all, like sliding out of the car was so funny to me. Yeah. Yeah,
so then whenever we're, like, in the house and you start to see, like, Kingsley... like almost become a little more self-aware. Like, he's not fully there, but he's like aware that he's been here. Like, this is his home. He knows.
Yeah.
And so you like see him like hopping around, whatever, and leading the way. Like, the way he's like,
it's like pictures
imagine
splatting on
the. Also, whenever they would say that he would bite them, they don't have teeth, right?
I don't think so.
I'm like, it's just like a munch, right? Like,
just a gummy, like when a newborn bites you.
Yeah, like it's got to be like a gummy bite, right? Because I don't think they have teeth. But I just thought that was so funny. Do they have teeth? No way. Wow, it's not like it probably a dumb.
They're like small pointed teeth.
That's a frog?
Yeah, it's like the white head.
Well, so the more you know.
Or I guess. No, it probably depends on the species.
But when they hop in there, whatever, and they're like, "Oh, he's not dead. He's whatever," telling his parents like that, like there was a misunderstanding. He didn't actually die. Like they're trying to save him. When his dad was like, "How cruel of you to like give us hope." I'm like, that made me so sad because the poor parents. So like it
was hard like in that scene because we know the truth. So you're like, just understand it. But like obviously to them, their son is dead.
Insane. And it's like just leave us alone.
Tristan is the villain, and they don't know him. So it's like they don't know him anymore. So in their minds, this is just ridiculous. And then freaking, what's her name? His mother walks out, and I'm like, can you just go home? Can somebody kill her?
Our cousin Emily wrote her like, I do not like Tristan's mother on that chapter.
I cannot stand her.
No,
the second
the
it was
worst.
Like, and she walks up, I'm like, oh.
I know, and I felt so bad for his dad in the moment. I'm like,
no,
he's just trying his best over here. Like,
and he dies, right?
Oh yeah. Why did I block that out?
What happened?
So he they aim at Evie and then he blocks.
I know. Oh.
And he's like, you deserve a love or whatever, and then he confesses that he's not actually Tristan's dad. Was not expecting that. Part of me always wondered, like, when the prophecy was saying that, like, the true prince, I was like, the true prince.
I never caught on to that.
I was like, is Tristan going to be, like, the true prince? But I didn't suspect that meant that his dad wasn't his dad. I don't know why. I
didn't suspect that or that his dad wasn't his dad.
No.
And when he said that, I was like...
And then I'm like, what an incredible man.
Yeah.
His mom's over here like, I hate you. And he's like, you're my true son. I love you even if you're not biological. I'm like...
She's his biological mother, and this guy isn't. But no,
and then the main thing...
Wait,
sorry,
what?
Go ahead.
Before, like, when he was saying that, and we're like, okay, that's not his dad. Literally, like, a couple chapters before, when they arrive at his mother's house, Tristan said something about, like, how Malcolm looked just like his mom, and Claire looked just like his dad, but Tristan didn't look like them. And
it wasn't just looks, too. It was, like... the personality,
but
the way
even
they
just
are.
The looks.
Yeah.
I was like, why did I not put that together when
he was like a foreshadowing.
Gave us the clue. But yeah.
So the main like reveal being that Evie was born with the powers are hers.
No, that was crazy.
So I'm like, she's really like got the villain powers.
Which that I did expect.
I thought something was going on just with the fact that he couldn't control his powers really anymore, and they were always trying to be around her.
I didn't expect that, but like, because in the book, like before, Gideon talks about how he thought the prophecy meant something about Evie, like like how he thought the villain in the prophecy. So like that put it in my mind. I was like, okay, I definitely think that's gonna happen, but I wasn't expecting how she did it or what actually was going on, like with the powers and
Like the way that they just like put these powers on a random
I
boy.
know.
I'm like, that's so sad. Also,
Yeah.
the fact that he's the king's son. I'm like, what the heck?
No, that made me like as soon as that got revealed, I was like, whoa. So like when King Benedict took Tristan in, like the ulterior motives were so much different because he knows, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
knows.
So,
They
like,
make the deal from
It
the
was so
beginning.
much different than like even how much we knew of it, like on his side too. So much is going on, but also, so like it gets revealed that Evie and Tristan like they're opposite. I got a little bit like creeped out, like when we find out that they're Evie's powers, and then it says something like she turns and looks out the window and she smiles malevolently.
Yeah, and it's like her voice gets grovelier.
Yeah,
and like,
at first second I was like, wait, are we like actually evil? Like what is going on?
yeah.
Like, and I was like, okay, it's probably not. It's just like I'm reading into it weirdly.
Yeah.
I got a little bit like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like it felt so like weird. And then
Whenever like all this went down, because when they're walking through the hallways of like Kingsley's home,
yeah.
and he makes the comment and like, or has the thought that like he will be a man again, like they're gonna figure this out or whatever, and then they like end up like the dad dies and all that stuff goes down. I'm like, oh, like we still are stuck with this issue of Kingsley. I was
I
like
know.
so bummed out, and then we get back to
Oh, and then also like the enchantress got turned to stones. I'm like,
yeah.
going
So then they go back to the manor, and Winifred was like, I'll try.
yeah.
Nothing happens. It's like
No, but speaking of that, when she tries and then like shortly, like so much was going on, like it was chaotic, and then like the manor, wasn't the manor like kind of in ruins or something?
yeah, when they got back, or when like
because like the
Keely and Gideon got back, they had like
Yeah.
the king had his flag
Yeah.
there and stuff,
so
and everybody was dead.
during all that and like Winifred tries to like fix him, and then like Evie and Tristan are still reeling from everything that happened, and then Kingsley just hops out. I'm like, can somebody run after him right now?
I'm like, get
it
a
together.
cage, a cat carrier, something. Like, can we put him, lock him down,
Or just like put him like the ball and chain, make the chain attached to something. Anyways, so I was like stressed because where's this frog going? And then
like I guess
gonna
there
have to
goes
go
Kingsley.
to the forest.
They're
and
gonna
try
turn.
to
They're
find
gonna
him.
turn a random frog into a
I
man.
know. And then so last epilogue, like I was like, why the heck are we in Claire's point of view right now? Just didn't. What's going on?
There's more at the end that you didn't read.
No, it's like another book. Anyway, so I was like, why the heck are we in Claire's point of view, first of all? And then she like she walks outside until bare feet appeared in front of her, a hand reaching down with a handkerchief. And when she looked up, she gasped so sharply it caused her to fall back on her elbows. A man stood there, tall, dark, curly long hair brushing just past his shoulders, skin a light brown, eyes the color of deep gold, and he was stark naked. And then they were like, and he was struggling to speak, his full lips attempting to form words, which was a little sad, but also in my head I was picturing like,
like I don't know. I'm like, is he just like because he's barely coming back to it, or he's gonna
I
have
think
to
it's 'cause
relearn?
he hasn't spoken in 10 years. Like that was so funny.
The fact that
But
he
then-
still had to use his.
And him being naked.
No, I
Like,
just
can you imagine Claire? Because she sees his
Okay,
toes
she's on
first.
the
She
floor.
looks up. I would have been like,
she's
oh.
on the ground. She starts to look up. It's gonna be right there.
Anyways, and then he can't speak, so he has to whip out
His little sign.
his sign, and he says, "It's me." And so, like, we know it's Kingsley. But then she specifically points out that his T's are crossed with a crooked dash, which is how Marv wrote all the notes, with the crooked dash of the T. So now I'm like, what does that mean?
Wait, I did not catch that.
Look, it says, finally he gave up, dropping a slip of paper into her lap, one that said the words, "It's me." Something in the note gave her pause. It was the letter T written with a crooked dash, which is the whole time, like, when they were looking at all the notes and, like, the letters to Keely and, like, the...
And then whenever they
List
confronted
that-
Marv, he was like kind of acting confused.
Yeah. So
I'm like,
that's
what
why,
does this mean?
So after we wrapped up and
Wait, I did not catch that at the end.
So like I remember being confused with Marv because like he wasn't fully accepting or understanding why they were like, it's you. And then we get to this part and they point out like the way Kingsley wrote it. So I'm like, what does this mean? Like something's not adding up here. And I don't even know what I think it means. And what if it doesn't mean anything? But like they specifically pointed out the way he wrote that.
Does it?
So now like I was immediately like, I need the next book now. I need to know what happened.
I did not catch that at the end.
That was the first thing I was like,
so
wait.
confused.
Like, what does that mean? And now I'm like, I don't think Kingsley's evil or bad or anything, but like, what is going on?
This is so interesting. Wow, I'm really like, now I'm like, wow, what is she gonna do next? And what is the next part gonna be? But I was gonna say before you brought up that like point that now my brain is stuck on is the fact that he still has to write with a sign and like, so like, because you know Tristan's like, I'm gonna throw away every sign like because he's so done with signs. And I'm like, the fact that he's gonna walk in and still be writing on a sign.
I feel like it'll probably be like a quick thing of him just learning how to speak again. But
also, like, I will say, I wanted to comment on real quick whenever it gets revealed that like Tristan and Evie basically like his powers are hers, and like I was like, okay, well now they're gonna break up again or whatever, like they're not gonna be together. But then he was the one that was like, no, like we're gonna make.
No, as soon as that happened, I was like,
yeah, like he like was reassuring or whatever. I was like, okay, thank you for including that part, because I was like, dude, are we gonna do another book of it? Like, come on, like
I feel like the 3-book slow burn was good enough. We don't need to like
continue
go through it again.
I would like at least one book like actually having them together, like no more resistance. So, but overall, such a good book.
So good. Like the ending too, just like everything going crazy at once, and like now I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah,
like things aren't all adding up. And I'm so excited for the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
And now like Kingsley is changed, so I'm like, next book we'll actually get to like see him.
Finally get to know him.
Which is going to be so interesting. But man, it was a really good book. What did you guys think? I think she's such a good author. I like really like her work. She's so easy to read.
Yeah. So excited to see what she does next. Also, one thing about this too, I know we had so many point of views, and I think that's why. But like the chapters were so short sometimes, and I was like, oh,
skimming through. When I opened it and saw it was like what 85 chapters.
I was like,
but then it was like took a little kick to it, but they were so fast sometimes. But anyway, that's that. That's August.
Check out our socials for our next book club of the month. We're not quite sure what we're doing yet.
Yeah. But seriously, if you are reading the books with us and you're not on our Fable,
please
join our join our Fable, because it's really fun to like talk in there. And I was like, maybe I wanted like start like chatting more like in like the group, because there's like a group part to it.
Yeah, there's like a general tab or something.
But it's just fun. It's just so fun. It also feels like a little bit of a reward too, especially if you're not the first one to read.
Yeah.
Because like for me, I was reading it a
so
little
you
bit
got
later
to immediately come in and
so like
see
if
the stuff you already wrote.
If you go in there, you can see like little like each chapter or whatever. If it has something, it'll say like 2 posts, 1 post, 3 posts, whatever. And so like it's like a little reward. Like when I would finish the chapter, like what did they write? I want to go see what they said right there.
But even on the other side, like Emily, our cousin, read them first. But like as I was going in and commenting, she was like checking to see what I was saying and like liking things or responding. Like she gets to have fun going back.
It's just fun. Like it's just fun to interact with people about the book. So
join. Yeah.
Are we gonna tell them what we're doing next week, or just leave that up to be a surprise?
Do you want to tell?
I don't know. I don't know. Is that we're just excited because our cousins are coming, or our cousin's coming to town. So our other cousin also lives here, but we're gonna do a little. We're gonna have a little first episode with guests. So they're gonna come on and do it with us. Cousin. So you'll finally get to see Jordan and Emily.
Get to know them a little bit.
The people we talk about every
multiple times every episode.
It's just fun. Like it's so fun that we're all like readers. Like Emily's been a reader, but like we didn't really know. And one day we went to like a Josiah Queen concert, and she was like, "So y'all read?" And then we're like, "Yeah." And then like we were like, it started a whole thing. Like we talked about it. We got
our other cousin into it.
Yeah. So now really all of us, I feel like everyone in the family is like reading now, like more. It's just fun to talk about. But anyway,
all right. Thanks for listening.
See you next week.